This is TWiT.
The biggest headline for this week is SpaceX's Starship is going to launch next week. SpaceX, they sent an update. I guess it's kind of out of on X, their Twitter post, where they have set a date of March 14th, tentative. They actually don't have the full, the launch license from the FAA yet. That says they can try it, but at least they're confident they can to launch their third flight test of the Starship and Super Heavy booster. And this is, of course, their big, fully reusable, 400-foot rocket that they're trying to send to the moon for NASA to land astronauts. They want to fly it to Mars and all of that, but first they have to get it to orbit, and they have not been able to do that yet. So this is their third attempt. It might lift off about 8 o'clock in the morning local time on Texas, but we're still waiting to see if they have everything like ship shape for it. Now, they did tank the vehicle this week. That means that they fueled both the massive Super Heavy booster and the Starship vehicle at their Boca Chica, Texas Starbase proving ground in South Texas. It's the very southern tip of Texas if you're looking at the map there. And it seemed to pass it with flying colors. So we'll have to see if they're going to do any kind of engine test firings over the weekend, and if they're going to get that launch license. But Brett, you were actually on the short list to go cover this for space.com, weren't you?
That's right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I just got back from the Crew 8 launch, which I actually didn't get to see because it was delayed. But yeah, hopefully I can get down there to Starbase to see one of these Starship launches, because the first two were absolutely spectacular. And we know all the others going forward are going to be just as spectacular. There's something so cool about a stainless steel rocket. I mean, that Starship just looks like something that was thought up in the 1950s. Say what you want to about it, but it's got cool factor. It's a very cool looking rocket.
And of course, I did see the first one, although it didn't get very high. It didn't even make it to space. It blew up right after lifting off. And Josh Dinner for space.com, he headed out there. By the way, that was from SpaceX, that story there. Our second story is actually from space.com, and I'm very proud for this one because Rod's not here to roll his eyes, but we are 1 month away from the great North American solar eclipse. So today is March 8th. It's also International Women's Day. So congratulations to women everywhere. But on April 8th is the actual total solar eclipse, the one that is going to cross from, it's going to actually cross from Central America and Mexico through Texas and then through states all the way kind of like northeastern diagonally through Maine and Canada. And everyone, if you get a chance to drive or fly to be in that path, you've heard me say over and over again that this is one not to miss. And of course, we've got our big preview out, but there was another story today even that said 99% just won't cut it. If you have 99% totality, you want to be in the total part of the eclipse. The nice thing, though, is that if you can't get there, most of the country will have in the 70% and up range of percentage of the sun that is eclipsed, which means if you have the glasses, you will be able to see at least something. But of course, it's that sliver, about 60-mile wide width across the country to be in totality that we want everyone to go see. And NASA's going to webcast it live, and we want to make sure that everyone is making their plans now. You don't want to be, going into the weekend, that weekend before April 8th, because April 8th is a Monday. If you're planning now, and then wondering what you're going to want to do. So be thinking about that now for everybody. I'm hoping to be somewhere upstate New York. Brett, are you going to go see the eclipse?
I am. I'm going to travel to Southeastern Missouri State University in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. They're having a huge block party. They're going to block off the whole city. There's going to be bounce houses for the kids. They're going to allow the community and the students of the university to come into the football stadium to watch it. I'm really excited. And it's right on the center line of totality. So I should be able to see a little over 4 minutes of the total eclipse.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I'm hoping to go to this kind of scenic Lake Saranac in New York, just trying to work out some of the travel stuff on that end. And by the way, if folks out there are wondering, hey, what are some big ticket places to go see it? Dallas is in Dallas, Texas is having a huge event there. San Antonio, Austin, having great big events across there. Cleveland in Ohio and then Indianapolis. All these, these huge cities are all in the line. So, if it's cloudy, you at least have other stuff to do around those cities to check out. So this is the time to plan. Because it's during spring break for a lot of people, and there's going to be probably a lot of big crowds. And then finally, I guess to end on a downer, we talked about this a little bit before, but it looks like Voyager 1, NASA's long-lived and the farthest spacecraft from Earth, still not doing well. The New York Times had a piece this week, and they weren't the only ones. Just kind of revisiting the fact that it's been months since like November, that we've actually had anything that made sense come back to Earth from Voyager 1. It has some really critical computing problems. It is in contact with NASA, and they can talk to it a little bit, but they've been trying to diagnose a computer glitch for months now. They keep getting kind of gibberish back. They think they know what the problem is, but it's very difficult to reach the spacecraft because it's like so far away. It's like billions and billions of miles away out there in interstellar space. It's not dead yet, but Suzanne Dodd, the principal investigator at NASA's JPL, told the New York Times that this is, and she said, and I quote, the most serious issue that Voyager 1 has faced since she took over as project lead in 2010. So it's the biggest challenge that Voyager 1 has been facing. And, it's a plucky probe. It's about as old as I am. I think I'm like 3 months older than Voyager 1 in terms of how long it's been out there in space. So, I mean, just the fact that it's lasted this long is amazing. But at least we have Voyager 2, right, Brett? So we've got a spare also in interstellar space if we need it.
Yeah. There's a lot of sentimentality. There's a lot of emotional attachment to them, something about the farthest thing we've sent into space from Earth. So I think everybody's rooting for it, but like you said, we still have another one.
Yeah. Yeah. If by the way, if anyone out there is listening and has an idea about what NASA should do to try to wake up Voyager 1, let us know. And then we'll pass it on to NASA and see if it works. And we'll let you know then too.
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip, be sure to check out This Week in Space. You can find us on your favorite podcast app or see the link in the description below. See you there.